Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Allied General. I'm the Mysterious JG. It's only been a few turns, but it was a bloody, like, just two guys punching each other right in the nose type of fight. Uh, Bir Hakeim went back and forth like several times. We kept trading it with the Germans, but we finally completely wiped out their southern attack because we got these mountains. I don't know what the names of these mountains are. They are a real mountain range, I'm sure. But we wiped out the forces south of those mountains and took their airfield base. And now we've got a supply depot and another airfield up here. They did get their reinforcements because now I'm seeing they've got an air unit here that was not there before. I wonder if they would have gotten something down here had we not taken that airfield. Either way, what they've got is one bomber, and it's got a lot of experience, but it ain't winning this. Like, they could have really pissed me off by getting the first attack in there, but that did not happen. Good experience for these guys. Didn't quite get them to where they can... oh, man, they're so close to being able to overstrength, but not quite. Not quite there yet. So we'll have you fly to here. See if we can finish these fellows off. I've got my suppression bomber, which is taking a real hammering. But they were very useful to us in this. Barely losing any prestige. There's two reasons that can happen. One, I don't have that much fight left in these guys. Two, I think they might be just about out of prestige at this point. Probably should have tried to... No, never mind. They'd already been bombed there. I need to keep something alive. Probably the smartest thing I could keep alive would be that one Wehr infantry. Although it would be nice to soften them up. Let's have you start overstrengthening. Have I got any air units left that I really want to just get some experience for? Like my core units, I mean. Right now, we're doing fine. So let's have... Because these guys are going to end up trying to retake that city. Although the way that things are positioned right now, all they can do is really attack this infantry. And luckily, they don't have enough strength to wipe them out in one turn. Dang. Yay. Nice. Okay. One suppressed. You guys need to keep some ammo, though. I do want to be a little bit careful about that. Let's have these units all be so weak that none of them will dare to attack. I'd love to just have this very weak Bear infantry just kind of keeping itself alive but not being able to do anything, because that will keep... come on. Get up. Why am I only getting one at a time with those? I don't think there's really anything else for us to do here except take this airfield and make sure that they can't reinforce the supply depot. Oh, I can do that right now. Oh, that's perfect, because now I've got more than one place for my... I got several different places where my airplanes can start overstrengthening. These guys can fly down here and get one more strength. These guys are already at a place where they can overstrength. These guys don't quite have enough experience to overstrength. You're already at max strength. Yeah, no. Well, I don't have as many units ready to overstrength as I guess I'd hoped. But at any rate, yeah, this has been a nasty fight, and we lost a lot of auxiliary units. But we basically clobbered them and are in a position to get a major victory here. And have time to reinforce some stuff. Wow, they didn't do anything with their turn. I'm wondering, is it because... Is it because they are not in a city that they can't reinforce well? I'm going to try something. I know I wouldn't normally save scum in the middle, but I'm going to move these guys out and move these guys here so that I can get to reinforcing them good on the next turn. Elite replacements for you. You guys don't need more experience because you're not core units. Ooh. These are the ones that I'm hoping I can get up to a 1 star so that they can actually... Ah, fuck me. They should have attacked the... should have switched that up. These guys should have attacked the tanks, and these guys should have attacked the... whatchamacallem, recon. So they have experience 94. What if they do this? They still have experience 94, so they don't actually get experience for just doing that, unfortunately. They have to be in combat with actual opposition, it looks like. I guess I'll move you here just to make sure those tanks can't do anything, but I can't imagine they would try much of anything right now. 4 turns remaining. Elite replacements for you. Elite replacements for you. Now, can you get up to 10 in one shot? Yes. They needed to be in a city. Uh-huh. My fighters' experience here, they are 82. Or is it 92? They got nothing for that. These guys are at 94. Will this do anything for them? $104. Yay, I could overstrength them if there's time, but there probably won't be. Because I'll have to have overstrength. It'll take a few turns to get these guys up to overstrength. Yeah, there won't be enough time. It's okay. Unless, yeah, these guys can move out and these guys can move down here. I've got enough turns. Can't really make these guys attack because if we accidentally wipe out this unit, I accidentally win before we are ready. I guess they probably could have attacked that tank unit, but oh well. Suboptimal. I don't think there's any reason. I think I recall. This is the wrong screen. Let's see. Airfield and supply depot. Okay, so I need them both. If I'm missing either one of them, I only get a minor. So I do need them both. So I haven't accidentally got myself to where all I can get is a major. But I don't think it matters because this is Gazala. If we get a major, we go to Tripoli, and we can mess around in Tripoli, but we need to lose because that takes us to El Alamein. So that is the plan, to go to Tripoli, but just fight guys for experience and then back off. It would feel kind of silly to like intentionally lose a scenario, but if we lose, we get 300 prestige points, and we get whatever experience we got. We just have to, figure out some way to make the loss happen. We probably just want to beat the shit out of them on the first couple turns and then back off. And I probably need to be pretty careful with my save states to make it all work. Okay. Elite replacements. Elite Republican Guard. Oh, that's right. I want you to actually get leveled up. So you are at 13. We get you, we get you out. Move you down here so we can have 11 strength level bomber. So they got one whole star. I keep wanting to say stars because of Panzer General. They got an entire medal's worth of experience in this one campaign, which is pretty good. They're at 92. Maybe. Nah, they're not going to take them out either. even like one of them getting shot down would be worth some experience. This is kind of what I want for them here. But that's part of the problem. Like I have fighters attacking, hoping they'll get experience from just like attacking dudes on the ground, and if nobody takes damage, or that doesn't, we don't get experience. Seems unfair to me. Seems like you should get experience just for having been in the combat, but no, you don't get anything if. All right, so let's get some experience for the artillery guns instead. Yeah. Trying desperately to get 2 stars. And we can't risk attacking that infantry. Well, actually, anything that would actually get us experience would involve just winning the battle. And if that like severely weakened Veer infantry unit gets froggy and attacks and takes itself out, then that would be Rommel's best tactic. If he's like, I don't want these jerks just using my army to get overstrength units. "14 strength Grant tank is going to be ferocious later. They took some lumps fighting the German tanks, but that's pretty good. 14 strength Grant Dynasty. Nasty Grant. Alright, so you are as overstrength as you can get, but I got. So you'll need to strength up one more time in the next turn. You're as strong as you can get. You're as strong as you can get. One of my fighters, sadly, just can't actually. Yeah, you just didn't quite get to 1 full medal of experience yet. How can your fuel be at 98? You're on at whatever. So this is what the last few turns are like when you're just trying to min-max for the next fight. And this is the tactic that people were annoyed I didn't use to a certain extent in Panzer General, where I didn't go in and get minor victories and fight extra scenarios and use the turns to overstrength. Because they're right, if I had done that, it would have prolonged the campaign and I would have had a stronger force when fighting in Washington. But it just didn't feel like it was necessary. You guys got some more strength. So maybe I will have this unit attack you. Oh, nice. They still only have 92 experience. Yeah, I think this is it. I think we, I know I just saved. We'll save again. No, I should save this as 2, just in case I want to come back and change it. But UK1 will be when we actually go in and get a major. So let's find out what would have happened if we had lost this campaign. Which I have to do actually through this. I have to quit out of the game, unfortunately. I guess I could Alt-Tab out, but I get confused whether I'm Alt-Tabbing into another like modern Windows tab or another Windows DOS box running Windows 98 tab. So that was, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be 6L. 6L.
Sir, High Command expresses its disappointment at the turn of events. Intelligence tells us that the Axis have abandoned their plans to capture Malta and will instead focus on Egypt. High Command has ordered the attack for the 23rd. They warn us that we must secure a victory at all costs, else the Empire will have to withdraw from the Middle East for good.
Is that the right one? Maybe it's 7L. I'm not sure what it might be 7L, but I think this is Cairo.
Sir, the Axis have attained the River Nile and inexorably advance upon Persia.
Okay, that's so it was probably 6L. Unless it was 5L. Some of these sound very similar because they're sending you to the Snape scenario.
Sir, High Command expresses its disappointment at the turn of events.
So it's the same intro but slower. High Command expresses its disappointment to events.
Intelligence tells us that the Axis have abandoned their plans to capture Malta and will instead focus on Egypt. High Command has ordered the attack for the 23rd. They warn us that we must secure a victory at all costs, else the Empire will have to withdraw from the Middle East for good.
Interesting. So we do have two different versions. It's definitely two different recordings. The vocal inflections are different, but it's the exact same because you're going to Cairo if you lose either of those two scenarios. So now I'm not sure which one was which, but it matters precious little. Let's get a minor victory and see what would have happened. They will do nothing. And the NCR achieves a minor victory. We will not review the battlefield.
Sir, High Command offers its praise for this timely victory. Intelligence tells us that the Axis have abandoned their plans to capture Malta and will instead focus on Egypt. High Command has ordered the attack for the 23rd. They warn us that we must secure a victory at all costs, else the Empire will have to withdraw from the Middle East for good.
So never mind. That dialogue, with slight variations, definitely multiple recordings of the same voice actor saying the same lines. The preceding line before it, different depending on what scenario you're coming from. That's the one that takes you to El Alamein, which is like historically the big showdown between the Brits and Rommel. Rubble. Just curious about what upgrade possibilities we do have here. Still down to the like I think in 1941 we get new infantry possibilities. I don't think we'll ever get anything all that interesting with the. Oh, here we go. We got the M7 Priest. So this is interesting. Now we have the option of getting the self-propelled artillery. So the 6-inch guns have 17 soft attack, 12 hard attack. These guys significantly lower attack values. The difference is that these guys, and their movement isn't great. Like these guys here have a movement speed, a movement of 8. These guys only have a movement of 5. The big difference is that they can, like if I move them into position, like I don't need a turn to unpack them from the trucks. They are ready to go immediately. I still don't know if I want to use them because their movement range is real limited. The Grant tanks. Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we got Sherman tanks. And we got the Church. I guess that stands for Churchill. I'm not sure. But these things have a starting cost of 160. These are even better. These are priced like they're better. But the Grants have initiative 7, 11, 11 attack, 11 ground defense. The Shermans, oh, and movement 5. Shermans have movement 5. Slightly better hard attack, significantly better initiative. They're just better. The Churchills, lower movement. Crappy soft attack. Well, the Churchill 3 has crappy soft attack. Churchill 4 has nice attack values, actually. But they're only as good as the Sherman, but with lower movement. They're kind of... They're more defensive. They're pretty comparable, but the Sherman's got better movement for the same attack. And we're going to be on offense from here on out, mostly. El Alamein is going to be the big turning point. The Germans are, you know, with one or two exceptions, like the Argonne, which was actually an attack on Americans, not the British. The Germans are really going to be on defensive for the rest of the war against the Brits. I don't know that we ever want to switch away from the Mosquito because it's just such a great dual purpose. Its attack values are going to be, like, it's going to reach a point where its soft and hard attack isn't that impressive anymore. And it's, you know, it's almost like a better like fighter than anything else. But like at this point, its attack values are just as good as any other tactical bomber that the British have. I'm not sure we ever replace the Mosquitoes, but their usefulness will fade. Spitfire 9 is still the best Spitfire. Late game, we're going to have some crazy shit we can do, though. We'll have, like, the Meteor, which is the British, the Rolls-Royce engine. It's like the jet fighter that I don't think in real combat, like, Panzer General likes to play, or an Allied General, too. They like to play with units that were in development and weren't deployed. The British never deployed jet fighters. Like, you know, people get excited about how the Germans were technologically superior to the Allies. I remember getting in an argument about this with somebody once. They got real upset because they just basically thought I was being just contrarian. But it's like, no, the Germans deployed jet fighters and even a rocket-powered fighter because they were desperate. They were throwing shit at the wall to see what would stick. When the Americans and British had reached a point where they were researching that stuff. They had the technology, but they also had massive divisions of prop wing fighters with pilots who knew how to fly those planes that they were already using to win. The Germans were like throwing all sorts of crazy shit out there in the, you know, last quarter of the war because they were trying to find something like to be a game changer, and the Allies didn't need that. So this notion that, you know, the Allies and the British would never have been able to come up with rocket power, you know, I don't know. There's definitely some truth to the fact that, like, Werner von Braun and other German scientists, when they went over to the West, were a big part of rocketry programs and stuff. But it's just this idea that the Allied countries wouldn't have gotten to that technology is a bit odd to me. Anyway, that's we're getting a little bit off topic here. But we've already looked at the map for El Alamein before. It's just a big. Here's El Daba. Here's El Alamein. And there's Mersa Matruh. So I think this map is basically, it's a little east of where all these campaigns have been before. Here's an interesting little clear. I don't know what this clear stretch represents. It's like not a road, but it's very regular in shape. I think it might be meant to represent like a path for. I'm gonna sound like I'm. It might be like a camel path or something. Like it might be. Oh, this isn't. This was like a known. It's not a road that's paved in a way that would be that, but it was you know, something that the locals had tended or something. That might be what it's meant to represent. Because, you know, the desert people, they would, even their caravans, I don't think they did use like rolling carts and stuff, but whatever. I'm talking about stuff I don't know anything about now. Let's open, and we'll get to where we're actually going to play from. And that is by marching you guys here. We got 739 prestige. Get our major victory. I guess that's a German soldier with an Allied soldier looking down on him. It's just good for you guys, like, oh, let me help you up, sir. You're obviously drunk. But we'll throw down a save here. So we can save as UK1. Then end the turn.
Sir, your outstanding effort has caused quite a stir at home.
A stir?
No one thought we could thwart Jerry in the face of such odds.
Well...
High Command has weighed up the situation and determined that it is time to push on to Rommel's base in Tripoli. They expect us to destroy the last vestiges of the Afrika Korps by the start of August.
You know, it's a weird one. We need to... If we're going to do Tripoli, we actually kind of need to... Don't show the date, do they? No, they don't. We actually kind of need to... Yeah, this is slightly... I guess this is slightly earlier, which would make sense because we can do El Alamein later. So we're not going to find any technology that we didn't have last, you know, at El Alamein here. But, yeah, I believe in order to do this, we need to fight, get some experience, and then we've only got one objective hex that they can take to win. We just basically need to let them retake. We need to fight them until we've got them almost beaten, and then we just need to withdraw to the east and let them take El Agela and lose. So this is really just us completely abusing. This is the thing that people kind of suggested I do in Panzer General that I never did. Just go in and abuse the fact that you can get minor victories and losses and manipulate the campaign and just get yourself more fights. I want to jump to Germany for a second. Because I want to just see what units we have available. I'm curious. Oh, we got Free Poland, Free Polish infantry, and Free French. That's kind of fun. They don't really have anything. I mean, basically, they're using American equipment with French and Polish operators. I think we can get Free Poland tanks too. Yeah, that's kind of fun. But what I'm curious about here is what's available to the British. So tank-wise, we've got the Comet. I don't know when this becomes available, but I'm pretty sure it's the best tank that the Germans get. Because the Churchill... We had the Churchill 4. Oh, there's the Firefly. The Rufus T. Firefly. 278. The Comets don't show up until later. But yeah, we will definitely be getting another... they've got better movement. Just better everything, really. But yeah, it'll be a while before they show up. But yeah, we are going to improve our tanks. And it's it's 43. I thought it would be 41. It's not till 1943 that we get like improved just regular infantry. Because these are infantry with initiative of 1, attack value is 5.2. Now they get 7.6. So yeah, it is a little bit later before we really get are going to be able to do anything cool with our infantry. GB Commandos. I don't know when they become available. Movement 3, initiative 2, 8.5 attack. They've got worse hard attack. Slightly better soft attack and better initiative. Interesting. I never buy recon units, although they can be kind of fun. Oh, we can get some... The Achilles... Tell Achilles take that big robot and shove its ass. The Archer, I think, might actually be specifically British equipment. But the Achilles is... oh, never mind. I thought the Achilles might be American equipment. It is not. Unless they got different names. The Priest will be replaced eventually by the Sexton, which has even worse movement speed. And then this thing also has fun. So I'm just kind of looking at this. Yeah, the British are never going to get mobile artillery that has any kind of movement speed. Or movement range. The Americans have... that one goes 6. This one can go 7. Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking at this. I don't think we'll ever bother with the British eventually do get just a truck with a gun on the back of it for anti-aircraft, but it's fine. Oh, this is interesting. The 40mm SPAD or the 20mm SPA. Yeah, so late in the war, if you're scrimping, you can buy the Spitfire 9, which is currently our best fighter. But it has the same initiative as these other Spitfires. It just has slightly different values. So these other Spitfires are better, but it's just not really that big of a difference. But then you got the Meteor. Initiative goes up. Yeah, it's a killer. But here's the one I was really curious about. The tactical bombers. This thing has 7, 6, and 14 for attack. 2, 5, 14, 5, 5, 6. Yep. We're never upgrading those mosquitoes. That's as good as that unit type gets for the British. Now for the Americans, now they've got some fucking tactical bombers that are just tank killers. Like the difference between these and their level bombers, I'm a little confused as to what makes what. But this is like our mosquito. We start with it. It's the best thing that we can have for tactical bombers for the Brits. Heart attack 6. This is a thing that you can use for really rough and tough tanks. This one here's got heart attack 8. The American ones, which you can see these are not laid out, they all have air attack values in brackets. None of them are fighter bombers. They're not playing around. They're bombers. Heart attack 9. Heart attack 9. Soft attacks are really high. Yeah, pretty much all of these are better at killing tanks than the Mosquito is, but the Mosquitoes is so freaking versatile. And then level bombers. Americans just get crazy number of level bombers. You got the Flying Fortress up here. Got various Flying Fortress, the Liberator. But, yeah, the Lancaster is going to be our... Okay, I was just curious. I'm wasting time on the video now, but we'll go next time into Tripoli. But we kind of know, because our core units... I'm going to be tempted to add another bomber or two, but I think I need to start picking up more tanks from now on. But the tanks are going to get an upgrade or two before this is all over. The fighters will get some upgrades, but our bombers are just going to be our bombers. Our artillery, eventually we're going to get a 7.2-inch gun, which I would assume has the same range, but it has even more devastating attack power. So we're going to upgrade to it, but we're only going to have that one artillery. And I'm not buying more artillery because it's just so freaking hard to get experience on it. So yeah, I'm just stalling because this is the last video I'm doing today, and I'm having fun. I don't want to let it go. But when we come back next time, we'll be just getting some free experience in Tripoli and then letting the Axis win. Bye for now.